Hello, what's up guys? Your guy Promzy once again. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are talking about transition from a student visa to a working visa. And as you can see, I'm still a student here in Germany, so I do not have any expertise in this field. However, I had the opportunity to interview a very fine young gentleman who came in as a student and now is done with his master's and is working here in Germany. So he's going to share with us his experience and how he was able to transition from a student visa to a working visa. So if you're ready for this video, stay tuned. Hello, welcome back guys once again to my channel. I'm here with a very nice young looking gentleman. I will let him introduce himself, what he's doing here in Germany, what brought him to Germany, and the school or the workplace he is. So boss, over to you.
Thank you, Promzy. So first of all, I would like to greet your viewers. My name is Mark, and I came to Germany in 2016 to do my master's, and I completed in 2019. After that, I started to work, and yeah, I now live in Berlin for the past 2 years. Yeah.
Okay, so you came to Germany to do your master's for 3 years. You're able to complete your master's for 3 years. I know people who are still in their 5th year and they are still doing their master's. How were you able to complete your master's in, I think it's relatively short possible time, right?
Ideally, I wanted to complete my master's in 2 years because I wanted to, quickly start working, right? But because I was also working alongside, it took a little bit of time. So the thing is, the most important thing is time management, right? You have to be able to manage your time, know how much time you put into your studies and how much time you put into work. So I was able to do this time management fairly well. So I was able to complete my studies in 3 years, actually. Yeah.
Okay, so this is for those who come to Germany and focus more on the side hustle than focusing on their studies. You are here to study, so make sure you allocate a lot of time to your studies so that you can finish your studies in a long time. So one question I get a lot from my viewers and some of my subscribers is what happens after your master's? What happens after your studies? And as you know, I'm still in school, so I don't have a lot of experience in that field. So since you have been through the school system and now you are in the working force, I want you to explain to us how the process was like after you submitted your thesis and you were no longer a student. How were you able to transition from being a student to a worker in Germany?
Okay, so I completed my studies in 2019, but I was also doing an internship alongside, right? So when I completed my internship, I was, actively looking for a job. So I found myself a job to start in February, right? So I didn't really use that 18 months job search visa because when you are done with your studies, you have this 18-month job search visa to search for a job in your field. So if you don't find one, then it becomes complicated. But the thing is, I found one before I even, started using the 18 months job search visa. So more or less, I changed from my student visa directly into a working visa. The thing is that when you start to find yourself, when you find yourself a job, you obviously have to, go to the Ausländerbehörde to, do this switch from work visa or from student visa to work visa. When you go to the Ausländerbehörde, right, they cannot decide whether this job is related to your studies or not. So they'll have to forward your documents to the employment agency. In Germany, they call them the Agentur für Arbeit. So they will now go through your contract to make sure that the contract or the job title and your job responsibilities match your studies.
And if you came to study here in Germany.
Exactly. They want to also make sure that you are receiving the right salary. They don't want any company to exploit someone. So if you're a master's student, they have a threshold or salary that they expect the company to give you. If they're giving you anything less, they'll reject the application and tell you the reason that, hey, tell your employer that the salary is too low, they should increase it. If it does not meet your job, if the job title does not meet the field in which you studied, they'll also reject it and tell you it does not meet what you did during your studies, so they'll reject it. In that case, you will have to go to your employer, and your employer will have to, change a little bit the job title and your job responsibilities to fit what you studied during your university times, so that the Agentur for Arbeit will approve it. So once
So it's not like after getting your master degree or your bachelor's, you can get any good paying job in Germany to do the transition. It should be related to the course you came to do here in Germany.
Of course, ideally it should be related to the course that you did, but in some cities they're a little bit flexible. I have a friend who was able to change from student visa to work visa on a Lagerarbeit job, Lager like just a factory job,
Factory job.
Yeah, factory
Why
job.
was the factory paying huge amount of money, or was it like this normal?
Just normal money. The amount he was receiving, as at the time he told me, was 2,500 gross. But he was able to do this. He approached me and asked, "Hey, Mark, the company is not ready to change my title to maybe a sales manager or something like that." And I said, "Just give it a try. Just apply. There's no harm in trying." He applied, and then they gave him a positive feedback, so he was able to get the work visa, which was, I think, a very good thing. But in Berlin, they'll really look into it. If it does not meet the job, if the job position it's not related to your field of studies, they will easily reject it. But when they approve it, the Agentur for Arbeit will inform the Ausländerbehörde, and then the Ausländerbehörde will call you that it has been approved. So bring whatever documents they are requesting for the work visa.
You keep on mentioning work visa, but I hear a lot about blue card. Is there any difference between the work visa and the blue card? Because I know after people get their 18-month visa, they seek to get the blue card, and you keep on mentioning the work visa. Are there differences between the two of them?
Yes, there is a difference. So the blue card is more or less like a work visa, but a different form. The blue card is given to candidates who have a professional who want to work in the IT industry, the mathematics industry, or like medicine, these kind of technical field. So when you are working in these technical field in Germany, these jobs are not easily filled. There are a lot of demands for such jobs here in Germany. So if you enter into such a field, even with a low salary of like 43,000 euros gross yearly, you can get a blue card. If you don't find yourself in any of these fields, then you should have a salary of like 56,400 euros gross yearly. So for me, I'm not in that field. If I want to be able to get the blue card, then I should be earning 56,400 euros yearly for them to be able to accept to give me a blue card. Even if I start to earn something like this, I will be able to switch to blue card without even the Agentur for Arbeit approving anything. The Ausländerbehörde can easily approve it without their permission because I meet the salary threshold.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Because I have a lot of people from the science field, I always see a lot about the blue card than the work visa. And I learned for the blue card, you're supposed to stay on the blue card for 24 months. That's like 2 years in order for you to get a permanent resident in Germany. Are the conditions the same for the work visa, or there are some differences when it comes to changing from the blue card to a permanent resident?
So actually, the blue card is not 24 months, it's 21 months. So
21 months. Okay.
In 21 months, you'll be able to get yourself a permanent residence if you have B1 German qualification. If you do not have the B1 German qualification, then in 33 months. Okay, then in 33 months. Yeah, then you'll be able to get it. So ideally, there is no difference between the requirements of getting a permanent residence if you hold a blue card or a normal work visa. Just that for the work visa, you can get the permanent residence after 24 months with B1, and with the blue card, you can get it in 21 months with B1. And also, if you are on a work visa and you want to invite your wife to Germany, she should have A1 German. If you're on a blue card, your wife does not need to prove any German skills. She can easily apply for a reunion visa from her home country and be able to join you. So that's a basically.
Okay. So the differences are not that wide. It's just
Not
a
that
little
one.
bit of differences. So I want you to tell the students who are currently in Germany, is it worth it to go through the education process? Because I know some students come to Germany, forgo their studies and focus more on the lager job and get money. The money you are getting in your job and the money we are getting in the lager job are differences huge that, hey, let me forgo my studies and focus on my lager job and I'll be able to make money more than Mark, who has gone through masters and is earning, I don't know.
I'll say this is a very good question because when I started studies, right, I was also for the first 1 year, I think I was also, focusing a lot of my side hustle than my studies. I think that contributed to the fact that I had to take much time to complete my studies, right? But per my experience, it is worth it for you to complete your studies, focus on your studies, complete your studies and find yourself a job because you're going to get good money. I'm getting good money, right? I get my base salary, and also if I'm able to work and meet my KPI set by my company or by my manager, I'm able to get extra money. So the thing is that for this job, for most of the job that you do, this side hustle, you'll be paid hourly, right? Hourly. If you don't work today, you don't get money. For me, the salary is base, and whether I'm working, whether I am not working, whether I'm on holidays, whatever, I still receive my salary. And because they want your motivation, right? When they put projects on your table and you're able to meet or complete those projects, you're able to get a little bit more money at the end of the quarter. So every company is different. Some will give you your extra money at the end of the year. Some also do it quarter by quarter. In my company, is quarter by quarter. So every quarter, you're excited about the new challenge, about the new projects, because there's motivation. At the end of the quarter, you get more money and also your base salary. So basically, it is worth it to complete your studies, find yourself a better job, be stable. You'll be more stable. You'll be able to, concentrate more on yourself and in your life. And then, you're able to move forward. I think so.
Of course, life as a student, you're always a student, but now you are no longer a student, you are a worker. So definitely life is better as a worker than as a student. One question I want to ask is, can you speak to?
Yeah, I can.
Of course, I think.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
among for ever Germany, you catch them say like, monko ware, enko penkrata, ni those things. Catch them with three customers say, sa afutu no. From your experience, do you think say a year juma now say, hey, would the school by Germany make sure say, school in the there's something better at the end of the tunnel. Let the people know. Yeah.
Me that's no question because question we more experience kakra wo. The thing is me baby me school no. Now me pay different me plans be plan A, plan B, plan C. Plan A, me say me internship na me pay adwuma. So plan B, san fama me pay krofo for so ayden akọ. Plan C, an fama me a meton krata. Inti no time me start me ba kroma no na ma plan da say me say an fama me a meton krata. Inti na ma tususu ato ma pesika bebre ayden ato just in case say bibia an fama me a meton krata me nya ma dwen say me san kwa masters foforo. So inti no na esaya me yasem sa me sika bebrebe we one day me di nya be kwa koma nipa ba ako. Inti na me ni abrese me eden me pa adwuma. Omo to nkrata no enye easy sao. Enye easy sa. Stress na wo me eden adorso bebre nipa kono ebi wo ho ndi no kranya den emma wo. E na ontimi ko report no nso. So
because na ho akokam.
Uko reporting to see obitima transfer say whatever you bit me do akọ krom nti no ebia esem ko renew nkrata no po ntimi ko renew nkrata bra nipa kro no nyeden onkan o ko renew nkrata na o meka se fa o yere ne yeden ebra ebia o yere nkwa no onya na adwen se obeyeden obeba obedu echi na why stress enam say wawari nti no wa dress no oba no ho na bema no ho ntimi se sa wa dress nti umenya letter bia no ho na yeden eba nti no de bia say ultimate juggle na kwaje o letters na hwe na yeden ekoso na mbim so eka say enam so address ewo ne fie ni nti no busumi bia which has kesi ne be 13,000 14,000 ne no baka just say busumi bia mecho unmailed on ska.
Wow.
So best actually say busumi bia dem ka 100 euros because and 50 euros because what dress da me ha. So that's it. Into no stress. Me say school.
School na a kwan go for you sell bit me nyan krata.
Me mom de me krata pende anye me din no cry one. Me anye me din because mmrofo no eyemra rules na da ho. Umiti rules na obi ntimi ka hwe nye den. And so there's no argument. So that's it. Berlin hakwa de airful. Yeah, because airful because me no they say me too nkofo say uwie school na onye adwuma and my home process change akọ work visa because first 6 months will probation. Say BBC na so lose your job
what's why she
will go back to your country. So that's it. So finish your probation, know that now there's job security and switch to work visa. People now think that because you started your work visa after 6 months, you now have to work for 24 months to get the permanent resident, which means that the 6 months probation was not counted. In Berlin, it's counted.
It's counted. And I get confused a lot. I learned once you submit your thesis, they start counting for the 18 months. The 18 months visa, as in the job seeking visa, 18 months start counting once you submit your thesis. Is it true? I don't know. I've not read this, so I don't know. For example, the semester ends in September. I submitted my thesis in July. The semester hasn't ended, so I'm still a student. But to the outstanding beholder, I submitted my thesis in July. So in August, they start counting my first job seeking visa month. As in, so August is the first month, September becomes the second month, and October is the third month. So even if I go to the outstanding beholder to renew my visa, they will tell me that, okay, we are giving the visa starting from August because you submitted your thesis in July. And if I've waited for like 6 months, that means I've already wasted 6 months out of my job seeking visa. Is it true, or does it relate to everyone, or does it change from state to state?
Very well. You are right. I mean, in my school, I was very surprised to see the date on my certificates. The date, my certificate, the Ausländer Behörde is looking not at anything but on the date on the certificate.
Okay.
Right. So the date on my certificate was the exact day I submitted my thesis. I think that was 19th October 2019. So when I look at my certificate, I saw 19th October 2019. My question was, my results came somewhere in December. So I passed all my papers in December. So why is it 16th of or 19th of October? So when you submit your certificate to the Ausländer Behörde for the 18-month job search visa, they are not going to refer to anyone in the university. The document you submitted is the certificate. If gladly or if luckily your certificate, the date on the certificate is
a later day, then you are lucky, they will start counting from that. But they're just looking at, okay, you received your Urkunde or your Zeugnis on this day.
So they'll start counting the 18 months from that day. That's how it is.
Okay. So this is for those who think like they want to submit their thesis, and since they have student visa valid for like 2 years, they will be in the country for like 2 years. And after the 2 years expires, they show up at the Ausländer Behörde like, hey, my visa has expired. I'm now coming for my job seeking visa. It wouldn't work for you because, like he said, the date on your certificate is what the Ausländer Behörde will look at to extend your visa for you. I want us to talk a little bit about the language. How relevant has the language been to you? Because I know you speak fluent German, and I was surprised the first day we met on Fedal Osman's channel. You said you learned it yourself. And how helpful has the language been to you in your job search and in your life after school? Is it really important for students to consider learning the language, or we can go around it?
First of all, the German language has increased my confidence. When I'm in the midst of people, I don't shy away. I'm able to express myself. That's number one. And it's very important because you don't need people's help when it comes to understanding things. When I get letters from my people or from whoever and it's in Germany, I don't struggle to understand what the content is, right? So, and also in your job search, maybe one aspect that I really like about searching for a job is I look at the requirements. English is a must. German is a plus. When I see jobs like this, I become interested. I'm going to impress you with my German, right? So like these, when I enter into the interview, I quickly try as much as possible to, in a way, put that information across that you can also do this interview in German, right?
Oh,
Just to let the person understand that though we will be working in English, but
your German
German
is very good.
is good. My German, I'm not limited when it comes to the German. We can do the interview in German. So the German, I think, is a benchmark for employers to see how serious you are with the country in which you are in. How long have you been living in this country? Oh, for 6 years. How's your German? Have you put any effort into trying to learn the language? If yes, let's do it.
Okay, so dann ich glaube, wir können als in jetzt auf Deutsch die Interview machen. Was denkst du?
Ja, wir können das auf Deutsch machen, kein Problem.
Wow, your accent alone. I wanted to say something a little bit in German, but your accent alone, you've actually adapted to the German accent. Has working with them improved your accent, or you were able to work on your accent before you entered the German community?
Well, I learned the accent when I was doing my studies in Germany because I was always meeting up with people who speak German. In my WG, there are Germans. In Burger King, where I was working, complete German. I was the pastor doing the orders. So I always was speaking German. And with that, my accent got better. To the point that when I was talking on phone, at times people were not able to realize that I am not
German.
a German, right? But
that's impressive.
Yeah, so basically I did all this during my studies. And I also realized that the English class I was going, but it was not really helping me so much because I'll pass the exam, but I cannot speak. So I was always trying as much as possible to speak the language, to go to places where I can easily speak German. I was always looking for tandem partner. Tandem partner are people who can teach you German and you'll be teaching them English. So with these kind of interchanges between me and those tandem partners, we were able to, learn different language. I learned German and they also learned a little bit of English and also Chi at times.
Oh, that's nice.
So we've learned from the video that the language went a long way to help Mark in search of his internship and his job. If you're looking to improve your language, I've already done a separate video where I talk about how to learn the German language. But in this section, I'm introduced to you an app called uTalk. So uTalk is an app that really helps people to learn language at a very faster rate because it focuses more on the conversational aspect of a language, and that's what language is used for. I'm going to put a link to the app in my description box, and if you use my link, you get 30% off their plan for you. And I think this is a very good deal. So let's get back to the video.
I would like you to tell us, the continuous student and people who are coming to Germany to study, do you have any advice for us? Any word of advice for us?
Yeah, I mean, personally, my advice would be, I don't know what your plans are for Germany. If you want to stay in Germany for long, or if you think that, hey, Germany is the country for you, you have long-term plans for Germany. Number one, learn the language is very important. It will help you a lot. And two, if you're a student, manage your time well. I'm telling you, the side hustle, the few euros you are getting, or the euros you are getting is good, but I can tell you for sure, if you complete school and by the grace of God, you're able to find yourself a job, you're not going to regret ever completing school that early. You will be able to enjoy a lot of money. Me personally, after completing school, I'm happy. I've been able to do a lot in 2 years, a lot that I could not even do in 3 years as a student. So I'm not saying this just like that. I'm saying this with personal experience. So it's important. Manage your time well, complete your studies. In worst case scenario, just apply for a second master's and buy time. But make sure you complete your studies as soon as possible. And also, make sure you have an internship done before you complete school. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. I'll not put too much pressure to someone who doesn't have an internship. Hey, okay, life is not going to be good for you after studies. It can still be good, but it becomes easier if you have an internship completed before you complete your studies. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Bra Mike. I can see you are toasted. I'll put my Momo. I will send you my Momo right after this video so that have $500,000 in my account. Okay, so we've come to the end of the video. I hope this video was very informative and educative as well. I was able to learn a lot of things from this video, and I hope you did as well. If you find the content in this video very useful, do what to like this video to go a long way to help this video in the YouTube logarithm. And if you like the content of this channel in general, you're always welcome to hit the subscription button and join the community. Like always, the name is Promzy, and I'm signing out. Peace.